today, keeping me company. Hope you enjoyed the ride. And we will get things going here. This is my normal drive to work every morning. Hopefully it becomes yours too. This is actually the second test of this camera in this current situation. I did it a couple days ago, and the sunlight was so bright that it really just kind of blew out the picture. It was mostly white most of the time. Well, for those of you guys who don't know, my name is Dwayne. I am your pilot for today. And if you keep following, you're pilot for all the other days too. But I live in Southern California, and I live just north of Los Angeles. This is mostly agricultural. You can see right in front of us there's orange trees and probably a few maple trees mixed in with that. A lot of palm trees. In California, we're going to have palm trees. Those are Canary Island palms, I believe they're called. You're welcome. Off to our right, we have, right is orange trees, left is lemon trees. Lemon trees are shorter because it makes them easier to produce fruit, easier to pick. Today, I'm going to talk about a couple things. Start out with a morning rant. Something that's always bothered me, but that has to do with shopping carts in a parking lot, and parking lots in general, parking lot etiquettes. What I understand is, why can't people put their shopping cart into the return area? Why do they just leave it? You know, they take it all the way out there, they put their stuff in it, take it all the way out to their car, and then they just leave it. And then, you know, eventually somebody else has to come out there and pick it up and move it. I know some people may think, well, you know, they have people in the store that do that for us. Well, their job is not to really go around the parking lot and try to pick all these things up. Their job is to go to the shopping cart return and pick those up and bring those back in. But since they have to walk all over the parking lot, it takes more of their time, wastes more of their time. Time they could have spent in the store, you know, helping you, putting stuff on the shelves. Who knows? I don't know, it just always bothered me. Especially like you drive into a parking lot and you see that, you know, parking spot, you go to turn in there and there's a flipping shopping cart sitting in there. It's like, what the hell? So now you have to get out, move the shopping cart, and then park. The other thing that bothers me about parking lots is, like, let me tell you an example, a story. Over the weekend, I went over to Lowe's to pick up some soil amendment to put in our flower beds. And so I go to there and I park, you know, not up close, kind of in the middle, but away from everybody, off to the side of the parking lot. Nobody is around me. I go in the Lowe's, buy what I need, I'm coming back out, and there's 2 cars parked right alongside of me. Now there's 10, 15 parking spots all around us, but they have to park right next to me. What the hell's with that? Why do people do that? It irks me. You know, these guys are going slow up this hill today. Down in a second gear. This is a very steep hill, by the way. The other day I saw a semi-truck trying to go up this thing. Not the wisest of things. So, that bothers me. That's 2 things about parking lots that bother me. One of the other, I guess there's a bunch of things that bother me about parking lots. Like the people that can't seem to park straight in a parking stall. It's like, what is so hard about that? You know, it's just, you pull in, you turn, you go in, and you're done. I mean, sure, I'm not perfect. I'll be like too close to the line every once in a while, but I'll straighten myself out. But then there's those guys there, and they're in almost at a 45-degree angle. Those guys are nuts. Just lazy, I guess. I don't know, maybe they're parking that way so people don't park next to them. Maybe they know something I don't know. And then there's the people that are walking through the parking lot. You know, I understand, you know, you parked your car. There's other cars driving through there. But people got to realize cars are bigger than people. And, you know, you need to get out of their way. There's the people that you'll see that will get out of their car and then walk right down the middle of the path where the car is supposed to drive. You know, acting like, you know, I'm the king, I'm the queen, you know, you can't do anything, you gotta stay behind me. I don't get those people. You know, they'll walk out of the store and not even look as they cross to go into the parking lot. Guess those people have a debt. Whoa, that guy's smoking. That's not good. Oh, that's graffiti right here. Another thing that bothers me is graffiti. There's some graffiti that looks pretty nice. You see it on trains. It's colorful, big letters. Looks nice. And there's the tagger stuff. I don't get it. You would think after all these years, you know, sure they're trying to claim territories like a dog pissing on a tree, but you know, it's just dumb. But back to our parking lot stuff. You know, people need to be careful walking out of the parking lot. And then, why is it when you get in your car and you're going to back out of your parking excuse me, you're backing out of your parking spot, and there's, you know, there's cars going up and down, right? But, you know, not close to you. As soon as you put it in reverse, your backup lights turn on, and the car's got to speed up to get past you. You know, where's the etiquette in, like, oh, that guy's trying to back up, I should stop, give him some room, and let them go. Even if you don't want that parking spot, you should give them some etiquette. It's better for everybody if you know, you paid attention and be kind. Those things irk me, and it's getting worse. It seems like in the last 10, 15 years it's gotten worse. I guess it's my generation of not teaching the current generation how to drive properly. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Everybody is, what do you want to call it? Tomorrow when I go by, there'll be graffiti all over it. I jinxed it. Cars coming, 3 cars. After this white Toyota we go. There we go. Let's go. Signs out, then people would go there and try to steal it. They're like, oh look, it's strawberries, let's go pick the strawberries. They have enough problem with that with the lemons and oranges. And it's like $1,000 fine per fruit, so you don't want to get caught doing it. I'm going to tell you a story I just remembered the other day. About my friend David. He just passed away in February. But when we were kids, he's a couple years younger than me, and I used to hang out at his house all the time. And his family, it's like every year they'd go back to Oklahoma or whatever, and he'd always come home with firecrackers, fireworks, stuff like that. We weren't allowed to have those things. So we could have safe and sane fireworks. They're basically sparklers. Couldn't have anything explosives. So he one day, as we were playing with the firecrackers, he realized that the diameter of the firecracker would fit inside a cigarette. We were only like 13 years old. And his sister used to smoke in her room. Very sneakily opened the window and she'd smoke in her room. So he decided that to get one of her cigarettes, and he hollowed it out and he stuck one of these black cat firecrackers in there, repacked the cigarette and stuck it back in her box of cigarettes. And then he forgot about it. I mean, it probably like a couple of weeks went by. And he was, I don't know exactly where, he was in his room, I think, and I was sitting in their front room, watching some TV, and all of a sudden there's this BAM! And David! You hear his sister just screaming, and then his dad runs in, what the hell was that? And then David goes flying past me, and he's like, come on, Dwayne, let's go! Well, it turns out his sister lit the cigarette in her room and it exploded on her. It was so loud that her ears were ringing for days. But oh man, she got in trouble for smoking in her bedroom, and David got in trouble for putting a firecracker in her cigarette. It was so funny. He ran past me so fast, it was just a blur. Oh man, that was so funny. It was so funny. Man, me and David, we used to fight all the time, but boy, we had some good times too. but your life is your life. You leave work, don't think about it anymore. Unless you really, really enjoy your work, love doing that stuff, you can think about it all you want. But I know a majority of people don't. And it's been hard for me, to learn to do that, but I get better at it. We're coming towards the end of our trip here. More lemon trees that are in front of us. These coming up here, these are eucalyptus trees. I'll tell you the story of eucalyptus trees tomorrow. Why they're out here in California. But that's pretty much going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my rant and my little story. I really appreciate you coming along for the ride. I hope you like and subscribe to continue joining the ride with me. I'm going to try to do this every day. We'll see how that all works out. We all know how that works out. But I'll at least get it, a few times a week. But we're going to shoot for every day. This is pretty much a test run. It's probably not perfect. It's going to need a lot of work. Until then, I will see you guys later. See you on the road. I'll drop you off right here. You can get out anytime.